countdown, sorry.
Sorry.
No, that's all right, actually, thank you. Okay, we're live, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Thank you for the welcome to the Monday, August 8th, 2022 meeting of the Painesville Township Zoning Commission meeting. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic of one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Okay, Daryl,
Here.
John Hott,
Here.
John Everett,
Here.
Mark,
Here.
Jim, oh, and Chairman.
Here.
Was I supposed to call him? I always forget.
Okay. Did anybody from the audience here from, only here for part of the agenda? Anybody here in the audience who's not on the agenda, but want to speak to the resolution? If not, Rachel, do we get any comments from the public, ask questions? Harley?
In regards to specific
In general or?
in general, no, but we did receive comments that we're going to be receiving from fire chief. So I'm not sure if and I'll speak on those comments.
Is he going to come over here tonight?
I'm going to speak on that. Yeah.
That'll be fine. Okay, that'll be fine. Okay, calling the meeting to order, and we have the minutes that were sent out to everybody for the July 11th, 2022 meeting. We have any edits or changes?
I've
from
got a
what was
question
sent out?
on one of it.
Go ahead, just. all yours,
And
Joe.
maybe legal advisor will be able to tell us what to do. We approved the minutes early in the meeting. And then somewhere in here, it doesn't say, but there was a need for amendment to it. So we reapproved it with the amendment, but there's nothing in way of motion to get rid of the other. Does that matter?
So you're asking if it's a problem if you approve the minutes as they were previously, made an amendment, approve the amended minutes?
Yeah.
That didn't
I don't think it should be,
make any
but
motion to get rid of the old
we didn't do that.
minutes? No, that's fine. Since you
Okay.
approved amended,
As long as it's amended, that's all I want to make sure.
yeah, the later one would be the
Okay.
control.
Does that satisfy your changes, Gerald, proposed?
I'm trying to get these apart. My fat fingers don't want to. No, I think that's it.
Any other changes or comments on the minutes? So I'll entertain a motion for approval of the minutes as amended.
So moved.
I need a motion by Mark to approve as amended,
I'll second it.
second by John. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Okay, Mark,
Aye.
John Hott,
Yes.
John Everett,
Yes.
Daryl,
Yes.
and Chairman.
Abstain.
That's right.
You
Okay.
have to because you weren't here.
I wasn't here, so I can't say yes or no to it. We have no public hearings. Architectural review, site plan, we have two site plans. We have a site plan for 22015 ZC for a 14,368 square foot palm oil refinery at 79 Hardy Road. This has been with us before. The fire chief has looked at this, and I'll let the staff have any comments about from that.
So for this site plan review, the building itself, associated with have already been approved, contingent upon this approval, have already been approved by all of the appropriate Lake County departments. The thing that had hung us up for quite a while was concerns that the fire chief had. They have now included 2 means of egress for the building, an outdoor stairwell for fire escape, a sprinkler system, and a fire alarm, which satisfies all of the fire chief's concerns. And so at this time, they meet all requirements that are imposed upon them.
Okay, all right. I know that we discussed this about 2 meetings ago in regards, and we put it on the table because of the fire chief's concerns. And it sounds like the fire chief and the applicant has gone through the give and take of getting approval by the fire chief. So with that in mind, is there any other questions anybody in the commission has on the case 015DC? What we're looking for is approval of the site plan.
I'll move to approve the site plan, subject to getting the variances from the Board of Appeals.
Got a motion to approve, second by John. Discussion on the motion? Hearing none. No static. Roll call, please.
Okay, John Everett,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
John Hott,
Yes.
Daryl,
Yes.
and Chairman.
Yes. Okay, site
That was
plan's been,
sweet, to the point.
that's been approved.
I've
Okay.
looked at it so many times.
I know. All right, next up is site plan 22016 ZC, site plan architectural review for a 1,741 square foot addition at 1545 Mentor Avenue. Applicant is Morris Chiropractic, I think is what it is, thank you. And it is, applicant's here. Go ahead, sir, you're discussing with the
Give you the brief version of what I was gonna talk about here. My name is Brian Morris, I own Morris Chiropractic, 45 Avenue. My original opening hours was August 1st of 2001 in Painesville Township, next to Master Pizza. And I was there, leased the space for 5 years, and then the opportunity came up to buy the building, so I purchased it and continued to practice there for another 12 years. And I leased Master Pizza their space. It was a fantastic place to start a practice, and I love the community here. And when I do a lot of business here in Painesville Township, so I was going down to Family Hair Care to get a haircut a Saturday morning, and I saw the Huntington Bank building up for sale. And I always loved that building. And it was, I turned right around, called a commercial realtor I knew, got a showing on Tuesday, put in an offer Thursday, and Vice President of Huntington Bank accepted my offer on Friday. So within 6 days,
That was fast.
things moved fast. But I went through the building on Tuesday, walked through, and I could see the practice already in. So went through, had 9 months of reconstruction on the inside, completely renovated it, fixed it all up on the inside, didn't touch the outside because it was insulated. The parking was compared to Master Pizza where we were at, and we've been there 3.5 years now, open in the new location at 1545. And we've continued to grow. So many people. Everybody give me a thing?
Yeah.
After 3.5 years, people walk into the building and they say, oh, this was a bank. It has a 3-lane drive-through there. And they say, oh, we know it from the drive-through. So my plan that I had in my mind, which is coming together here, what I would like to do is start dressing up the building and making it look like that.
It's not you making noise, it's the storm.
But I'd like to dress up the look of the building so that it doesn't look like a mansion any longer. Since we opened August 1st of 2001, we just celebrated 21 years in Painesville Township, and I plan on being here for the rest of my career. I have a son who's in chiropractic school right now, so I'm really excited for that. He's learning and practicing as well, so I get to see this being a chiropractic. It will help a lot of people. It has a 3-lane drive-through already attached to it that was built in 2001. 2001 or 2002, it's hard to get the exact date on that. But it's a fairly new built structure with I-beams, very sufficient for, a really nice structure that they put up. My ideas would be to have footers done and walls built and not expand the existing footprint at all from the roof structure that's currently there. So I'm not looking to go into any new areas, change any parking, change any landscaping whatsoever, just enclose with walls the existing roof structure that's already there, and not expand beyond that at all. And I was in conversation with the neighbor behind, as far as a representative for the Marks Building, and he gave me a verbal consent of them being okay with what I'm doing. He came on site, his name's Scott, he inspected everything and said that as far as a neighbor goes, he's good to go with that. I was trying to get something in writing from him, but I did have verbal consent. And just my intention, it's to make the building just look amazing and to keep it looking top-notch. So when I drive by there, I see the nice grass in the yard, we have nice flowers out there, we have a nice sign. I don't plan on changing anything with the signage on the building. Everything is gonna stay the same except for enclosing the walls on the drive-through.
The walls and the driveway, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Is it gonna be matching color scheme on
The
the?
brick would match exactly what the brick is currently on the building.
Thank you.
I wanted to keep everything blend and match. I had spoken with my architect, and he said because the angle of how the building goes back, the drawing you guys have there is a linear all the way out, but the drive-through actually goes on an angle, and it would kind of disappear in a way when you look that direction. When you drive down Menor Avenue, it's not going to look like a big extension exactly like that picture shows there, but it would be on an angle going back. And he said if his idea was to brick the entire thing, we would brick the bottom section with nice windows and then have vinyl siding that matches the existing color trim on the current building, that it would actually be much more visually attractive.
Okay. Any other,
No, you have the drawings there, you have the aerials, and on the site plan drawing, you can see from Jones survey that the only difference between these two drawings is on the proposed, the blackened walls on this area right here compared to this one.
Right.
That's the only change that I'm looking at.
okay, thank you. Get a staff report, then we may be asked you for more.
As far as color goes, I did pick out from the Painesville Township color palette here.
Okay.
With matching.
Thank you. Staff report, please.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Per section 39, we are looking for a more traditional aesthetic. I would say that what is being proposed would be considered traditional. The way the columns are designed, and then the matching brick on the bottom helps bring the existing structure onto the new. From a staff's point of view, my only concern would be the way that the flat roof looks next to the pitched roof. But with these drawings, it's hard to tell what that'll look like because, as Brian said, that drive-through isn't in line with the building, so it probably won't look the way that it does on the drawings.
Yeah, I understand.
I did have another artist drawing made that looks better than I thought the one that you have there. If you would like to just pass that.
You don't mind?
You're not gonna put the brick all the way up then, huh?
That's the bottom of this.
The architect's opinion was, the architect's opinion was to, with the siding, it would kind of blend right away.
Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't, but I just asked a question.
Yes, 4 feet up with matching brick.
So that part of that, above the flat now, is that building behind you there?
Yeah, that black you see up there, that's the building.
That's the building behind
That's
you.
the white building back there. That's not my roof structure there. It looks like it is.
Okay.
It's a
You can
flat
get
roof
optical
area.
illusions going,
Yeah, it's a flat roof area.
yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Any other, I'm just asking.
You did say you had to put a footer around this whole thing first before you.
Yes. Yeah.
Was there anything else that was the building inspection or codes and that sort of thing that you know of, or? I mean, the footer is needed, but then was there any other things that would cause a problem as far as building codes?
Oh, that's all gonna be processed by Lake County Building Department, and they won't issue an occupancy permit unless it meets the building code to invite the general public into the space. So they're going to be doing their due diligence and requiring that all of the structural components meet building code.
And we don't need to do anything, I guess what I'm asking there, we wait for them, or do we approve what we have here?
No, we can move forward with approval based on design. Once he moves past this step, any additional approvals, like building permit requirements, the county will let him know what's required, and if ultimately they're imposing standards that might make the project unfeasible, then it would just end there. But nothing we do here will affect building approval or vice versa.
Anybody else have any commit questions? Go ahead, Mark.
More along the lines of parking.
Yes.
What was the expansion? Did you account for additional parking?
For square footage, including the expansion, we need 30 parking spaces, and we currently have 31.
So no problem.
Any other question? Go ahead, John.
I'm not thinking about the trees and bushes and things around the outside. You have a pretty nice setup on the old building, old part of the building, and you've got that piece that's there between the exit from the auto tellers. What's your plans on that?
As far as landscaping goes?
Yeah.
Keep a green grass there, maybe a few shrubs, just to tie in the existing.
Yeah, just so it ties in with that, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to make it so overbearing.
Right, no, my intention is to just make it look.
As long as you stay with the same footprint like you had before,
Yes.
I don't have a problem.
Same footprint, just probably have a few more shrubs along the front area.
Any other questions from of the commission members? Sir, one quick question I have. I know you have landscaping in the front of the building. Do you plan on, and there's a little bit on the side, do you plan on doing any kind of landscaping on this side? I know it's an angle. Plan on any doing landscaping along that new wall that will be facing the road?
If I need to, I definitely will. It's.
Okay.
It's more of an aesthetic look, whatever's gonna tie it all together.
Gotcha. All right. Any other comments or concerns or questions from either staff or the commission members? Hearing none. One thing we will remember that he has to have, when you read the staff report, there is a zoning variance that he must have. He must get.
Conditional.
And the meeting is tomorrow. For the new members on the commission, generally what we'll do is we would, if the commission would like to approve it, we'd approve it with the stipulation that he gets the variance approved by the Board of Zoning Appeals. Board of Zoning Appeals denies the variance, then our recommendation of approval will be null and void. Having said that, if no other questions from the members, entertain a motion either to approve with stipulations no stipulations, or deny the site plan, or reject the site plan.
A motion to approve with stipulations.
Second?
Any discussion on the motion? Motion would be, with stipulation, would be that the applicant gives approval from the Board of Zoning Appeals for the 7.5-foot setback variance that he's looking for. That would be the stipulation.
Is that one stipulation? I'd just like to see a stipulation that you would continue the plantings in a similar manner as to what is there. And I'd like you to cover any place where it would be seen from a public highway.
Okay.
Can't do much about the private drive behind you, but I'm just interested in having a look.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, if you,
Having it all tied together.
that one new end down there is what I'm thinking about.
Just don't want to facing the roadway, right? Joe?
Yeah.
So we'd have two stipulations. Number one is, we talked about before about the variance. Number two is the continued landscaping on the face of the new wall that would be facing Menor Avenue.
Yes.
Similar plantings, the landscape that he has in front of the building, kind of continue that. Okay? Any other stipulations from the, okay? Yep.
Okay, that was, and John Everett motioned and Mark Ruth seconded.
Correct.
Okay. Mark?
Yes.
John Hott?
Yes.
John Everett?
Yes.
Daryl?
Yes?
And Chairman?
Yes. Sir, your, is approved by the commission, pending upon tomorrow's outcome of the meeting, and also staff's review of your landscaping and, you know, continuing that, okay? Thank you. Okay, no more site plan review on the agenda. We have no new business, none. Old business, none. We didn't close any public hearings. We don't have any items for being for public hearing. Zoning inspector's report.
I have nothing to add, Mr. Chairman.
Except static, right?
Yes.
Okay. Besides static, there's no more. Any further business to come before the commission? Hearing none. Adjournment at 6:55. Next meeting is Monday, September 12th, 2022. Have a nice rest.
And I would not be able to make that meeting,
Okay.
so.
All right. Thank you. So have a nice rest of your summer. And when we meet again, it'll be Labor Day, not past Labor Day. So.